During the 10 days from Rosh Hashanah until Yom Kippur, there are many changes in the prayers, including several changes in the Amidah. One of those changes is the ending of the 11th blessing that begins HaMishpat Shochetenu. During the year, that blessing concludes with HaMelekh HaMishpat, but during the days from Rosh Hashanah until Yom Kippur, we conclude that blessing with HaMelekh HaMishpat. There's a disagreement among the halakhic authorities regarding whether one must go back and correct themselves if they accidentally said Melech or HaMishpat instead of HaMelekh HaMishpat. According to most authorities, if one accidentally said Melech or HaMishpat and they did not correct themselves immediately, then they go back to Hashiba and repeat all of the blessings from there on, unless they already completed the Amidah, in which case they must repeat the entire Amidah. These authorities include the Rif, Harambam, the Rosh, and Maran and Shulchan Aruch. The later authorities who concur with this opinion include the Hida and Rabbi Haim Palachi, and also several authorities from Halab. This was the opinion of Rabbi Ishaq Harari, an 18th century Halabi posek, who wrote this in his book Zechor Ishaq. This was also the opinion of Hakam Abraham Hamway in the 19th century, and was recorded in his Silihot book that he called Bet El. Rabbi Yisrael Sasson, another Halabi posek from the 19th century, wrote that one repeats if they did not say HaMelekh HaMishpat. He wrote this in his response at Knesset Israel. Other Halabi rabbis who wrote that one repeats in order to say HaMelekh HaMishpat were Hakam Yosef Yedid in his book Birkat Yosef, and Hakam Hayim and Asheset Tehon in his book on the customs of the land of Israel, which he called Eretz Hayim. However, the students of Rabbeinu Yonah, a Spanish rabbi from the 13th century, wrote that if one accidentally said Melech or HaMishpat instead of HaMelekh HaMishpat, that they do not go back and repeat, since Melech or HaMishpat includes the word Melech, king, which is what we are emphasizing during these days. This was also the opinion of Rabbi Moshe Israelish, otherwise known as Muram or Ramah, and that is the custom of the Ashkenazim. So up until approximately 100 years ago, the Sephardim followed Maran and went back to say HaMelekh HaMishpat if necessary, but the Ashkenazim followed Muram and did not. But then the Ben Ish Hai wrote that even Sephardim should not go back and repeat blessings in order to say HaMelekh HaMishpat. The Ben Ish Hai considered this a case of Safek Berakot Lehakel. When there is a doubt regarding reciting a blessing or not, do not recite it. Here the doubt is, maybe the law is like the students of Rabbeinu Yonah, and one does not repeat any blessings if they accidentally said Melech or HaMishpat on the days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Interestingly, the book Derech Eretz writes that the more recent custom of Halab was not to go back and repeat to say HaMelekh HaMishpat. This was the opinion of Hakam Moshe Tawil, who was the chief rabbi of Halab in the 1930s. Therefore, his students, Hakam Yitzhak Shehebar and Hakam Yom Tov Yedid, instructed their communities not to go back and repeat in order to say HaMelekh HaMishpat. Similarly, Hakam Ezra Atiyeh also did not repeat in order to say HaMelekh HaMishpat. Now, even though Hakam Atuba Bari was of the opinion that we should follow the original custom and go back and repeat in order to say HaMelekh HaMishpat, our other community rabbis instructed the people not to go back and repeat based on the opinion of the Ben Ish Hai, and so eventually the custom changed in our community as well. The original custom of the Middle East in general, and in Halab in particular, was to go back and repeat if one accidentally said Melech or HaMishpat in the Amidah on the days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. However, during the 20th century, Halabi rabbis accepted the ruling of the Ben Ish Hai to not go back and repeat if one made that mistake, and as a result, the custom changed in Halabi communities around the world. When I present two opinions on a custom, I often get asked, so which opinion should we follow? I don't necessarily consider it my role to decide between two opinions. In this case, I personally follow the original custom and repeat if necessary. But the main purpose of these videos is to provide you with the background information about the customs and why in some cases there is more than one opinion regarding our custom. In general, you should consult with your rabbis when deciding which halakhic opinion to follow.